I'm Rebecca Cox. I'm here at the Memorial 2019 for my In the Bag video. I guess I'll start out with my putters. I putt with a Classic Blend Deputy. I really like the feel of the Classic Blend plastic. It's a little tacky, it's soft. I really like it for like cold weather and hot weather. It's a great feeling putter. It's a little understable, but it works out well for the type of putt that I have. All right. This is my LUCID Deputy. It's my throwing putter. I like the LUCID Deputy because it's a little more stable than the Classic Blend Deputies, and I like it for like turnover shots or straight on up shots. I just put a little bit of hyzer on it and it just goes straight forever. And it also glides really far. So I don't throw it for shots where I want it to stick to the grass. I throw it for if I want a little bit of distance on my up shot. That's just something to keep in mind. Plus, I don't really throw it in windy conditions unless it's a favorable wind, like a tailwind. Next up, I have a GAUNTLET. It's more of a kind of overstable putter. It also glides a lot, so I throw it for just basic hyzer up shots. Next up, I have a BT Hard HARP. I like the HARP. It's really, really stable, an overstable putter. The plastic that I have it in likes to stick to grass a lot, so I like to throw it for up shots where it's just an easy hyzer and it sticks to where I want it to be. No big skips. All right, our first mid-range, I have a TURSAS. I don't throw this too much, but it is really nice for turnover up shots or a hyzer flip up shot. Its numbers are 5.5, -3.1. So I like to use it for my understable mid-range. The next mid-range I have is a Goldline Compass. It's my favorite mid-range. It's my go-to for sure. It goes just straight, dead straight. Or I put a little hyzer on it and it just glides for a long time. It's really what I like to look for in a mid-range. I like the feel of it. The Goldline plastic's probably my favorite for the mid-range. But overall, it's my favorite mid-range. My overstable mid-range would be a BIOFUZION Verdict. It's not super overstable. If you're looking for something more stable, I'd say probably a different plastic, like a LUCID Verdict would be good. But I like the BIOFUZION just because I like the feel of it a lot, and I feel I can put as much hyzer as I want on it, and it really holds that hyzer line well. Okay, moving up to my fairway drivers. We'll start with my LUCID Mavericks. I love the LUCID Mavericks. They're so great for straight shots or turnover shots. I like to throw them for, I'd say, probably at least 300 feet type of shots. I like the prototypes a little bit more because I feel like the first runs are a little less stable than I'd like. But if you get a first run, I'd say get a heavier one than you expect. But yeah, the LUCID Mavericks, I have one that's, 170, and this one's 174. So obviously the 174 is a little bit more stable, but otherwise these are great for straight shots. It's my straight shot. Let's see. Okay. All right, everything's in order. Perfect. All right. Next up, I have a LUCID GETAWAY. It's a good overstable fairway driver. I would compare it to maybe a Felon, like a probably not as fast, not as stable Felon. Okay, my first high-speed driver I have in my bag is a LUCID TRESPASS. It's 174. I like the TRESPASSes. They're good for a hyzer flip, distance shots. I wouldn't throw it in a headwind, but a tailwind this is perfect for. Let me see. For a hole like hole one where if it turns right, that's okay. But usually a hyzer flip up shot is what a TRESPASS is really good for, especially for distance. Okay. This is a Goldline BALLISTA. It is an understable high-speed driver. I like to throw it for distance. I'd say it goes further than my TRESPASS does. But I have to throw in a hyzer because it is really understable, and because it is really fast, it does turn over faster than my other drivers will. But it's really good if I put like a lot of hyzer on it and I just really want to rip on it. it'll just go straight and flip up like that. Let me see here. Okay. These three are my Ballista Pros. This one is a Goldline Ballista Pro. I really like the Goldline plastic because it's not as stable as the other plastics, but it still really holds its hyzer. So I can throw this in a dead headwind and it'll just go flat. It might flip a little bit, but it still comes back. So I really like the stability of the Ballista Pros a lot, like that. Let's see. This one is an OPTO Ballista Pro. I don't have a lot of these in my bag or for backups, but this one's 171. I feel that the heavier ones are a little dumpier than I want them to be, so I like the lighter weight ones. I like to throw it for like wide open shots. I can throw like a turnover or an S-curve shot and it'll just go forever. But it's something I feel I can really rip on, you know. Same goes for this. It's an Air Ballista Pro. It's a 158. It's really good for holes like 17, where you just really want to bomb one. It's wide open, don't really have a lot of areas of concern. But I wouldn't throw this for any technical shots, but that's just me personally because I feel like I grip lock it when I really try to rip on it, probably because it's so light. Let's see. And here we have my more overstable drivers. I have two Defenders. Both of these are BIOFUZION, but this one's 166 and it has more of like a flat top, so it's my less stable Defender, but it's still really stable, so I can throw it flat and it'll stay flat for a while and then it'll fade out at the end. But this one, it's a newer one. It's 173 and it has a way domier top. I don't know if you can see that, but what I like about the domi tops is that they're more stable. And this one I'll throw flat and it'll fade a lot sooner than this one will. So I like to keep that range in my bag a little bit for different shots. And then I also have this 171 SCYTHE. It's more of a crazy overstable, just in case I need it type of disc. I'm not pulling it out a lot, but if I need it, it's in there. That's my bag. Was that 36 minutes?